Hello, thank you for joining us for this crash course on MBSE with SysML in the digital engineering environment. We will talk about how we apply and what it is SysML. We will talk about what is MBSE. We will talk about how it works and aligns with digital engineering strategy in specific scenarios. So we'll not cover everything what's possible, right? But the most common cases. And we'll talk through the DoD point of view and large projects. So we'll cover system engineering. We'll answer the questions how to do system engineering with SysML. We will answer questions requirements synchronization with repositories. We'll answer questions how to run simulation in integration with the system model, and actually the execution of the whole system model for validation and verification. We will check what are the options to do cost simulation, how to perform simulation, workflow automation and optimization in the external workflow management engine for simulation, and we'll talk about traceability with the design and what it can give us. So welcome and let's go. System engineering is actually performing system engineering activities and traditionally we do that with the models or with the documents, and everyone works on the separate task with the separate tools. But with model-based system engineering, we transition from traditional SE to model-based SE when we are contributing different roles, as you can see, contribute to the system model. And we generate those same outputs that were needed before, but now everything is consistent. We can update, reuse, and have this automatic consistency because everything gets out of the model to other tools and the humans. So what is the value from model-based system engineering? As you can see here, investment at the beginning, increase the quality and savings for the engineering and the product. And if it is model-based system engineering, then we can reuse and adopt the best practices for the automation of the digital thread when we change the stakeholder needs, and we can see how that will impact our final product. So first of all, the core part of the system engineering is how you will define it in order that everyone would speak the same language. And there is dedicated language, very popular. It's in COSE and OMG supported language, OMG standard, ISO standard SysML, system modeling language. It describes the system from 4 different perspectives: structure, what are the parts, ports, characteristics, behavior, how they behave, and in what scenarios, in what operational scenarios, what are the functions, requirements, why do we have all of that, functions, ports, and parametrics, connection to analysis, like for example, will this configuration satisfy requirements, maybe this is better configuration, another configuration better. And SysML is treated as a critical enabler for model-based system engineering, tying everything together. So here we can see use cases defined in SysML, activities used for functional analysis, state machine definition, interface control document automatically generated from internal block diagram defining logical and physical architecture of the system, system breakdown, product tree, and plus execution on top of that, so not only definition. Where is the system engineering use? Is actually from business mission analysis to stakeholder needs and requirements, system requirements, system architecture, and the high-level design is where we give the outputs of the system engineering in form of the model and requirements to the detailed design for electrical, software, hardware, and other type of design. And there are many models and modeling tools used in the engineering life cycle. And system engineering, if we talk about model-based system engineering, can interact with them, enabling this digital thread, automatic digital engineering environment. So what are those integrations? So first of all, requirements import export synchronization or linking, through, for example, OSLC as the standard link data standard. Then analysis tools, and we talk about here in the middle system model, which is descriptive model, and then analysis tools gets inputs, from system configuration, and results comes back as requirements verification results, for example, and design activities gets inputs as a model and gets results from those models, so like library of the parts, documentation generation. So those are the most common interfaces. Now we will talk about model-based system engineering maturity. So at the first step, we have independent models, which we use for many years in different parts of the team for different tasks like Excel, Simulink, SysML, a couple of diagrams. Then we have system modeling as requirements in SysML, so defining system functions, interfaces, characteristics, and as a single system model. Then we have execution capability. SysML can be executed, and we get results as like logic validated analysis done as duration analysis, and requirements can be verified. Then we can integrate analysis and design models in the loop for co-simulation, and analysis becomes integrated and faster. And then once we have like highest maturity level, we can actually automate the workflow between many tools, provide the data in, get results, and there are optimization tools like Model Center, Process Composer by the SOS system, and optimization tools. So now we'll talk about the questions we had step by step. So how do we do system engineering with the magic with SysML, with the method and framework? So for that, we'll use MagicGrid as a new method and framework, pure SysML based, where we transition through defining the system in the 4 pillars: requirements, behavior, structural, parametric, through the multiple abstraction levels, starting from problem definition, like capturing operational concept development, transforming to stakeholder needs into stakeholder requirements, and then we go to the solution architecture definition, high-level design definition, and then we handle transition to the detailed design and the detailed design tools. And that's based on ISO 15288 standard for system engineering. Then we have also specialty engineering like safety going in parallel of that, which can also contribute to the system model and get results back. Based on that, as you can see here, we have the tasks and performed in each of the cells. For example, behavior, the black box view would be like use cases and system context where the system exists, and functional analysis, logical architecture, system structure, and solution architecture, and system requirements, which shall be satisfied by that, And all that method is defined in the step-by-step tutorial, 300 pages book, which you can get and start fast with the SysML adoption. Now I will go to the short demo. And here we see the walk through the model in MagicGrid. As you can see here, I'm walking through the steps, and this framework is available out of the box. You can start from it, and just fill the parts, performing system engineering tasks like environment where the system will exist. This is missile sample. Actually, we'll use this missile sample for this presentation. And then we navigate to system requirements and system structure here. So very quick overview in the Cameo of the model-based system engineering. And now we'll go to the next step, is how to synchronize requirements with repository. And for that, we'll use the synchronization with 3D Experience platform. We can do also with doors and other requirement management tools. And for that, we are using Data Hub integration framework. As you can see here, we can connect to external data source and then perform the synchronization. There's also other standards supported, like OSLC, RecIF, requirement interchange format, Excel, very popular for requirements interchange, and so on. Here we have short demonstration where we are changing requirement in external repository. For example, like how far a missile shall fly, from 1,000 kilometers. We can change to the 80 kilometers and then save the 800 kilometers, save the requirements, go back to the Cameo. Here we see Data Hub, and then initiate the check for changes or synchronization. Then we see there is actually change. This change actually happened for this requirement. We can select the requirement, check for the which part of the requirement actually was changed, and based on that information, we get the identification of the actual change which will happen once they will synchronize. And then we get also other capabilities like suspect links, with how that will affect the requirement, the model change, and also, we can approve, disapprove this change, see the history, and so on. So here we have like 800 kilometers changed based on the external repository. Now we'll go to the next step, and so how to perform model simulation and analysis. So this is performed again in the system, on the system model, and this is execution, the third step, on the maturity. Previous two steps were the modeling step, when we adopt actually the core part of model-based system engineering, and it was like here the system modeling method and framework and requirements synchronization here. Now we'll talk about simulation, and this execution happens directly in SysML, and here we see missile sample, which actually we will tie to the, as you can see here, it satisfies requirements. So now through parametric diagram, we'll drag and drop a MATLAB model. We could drop, for example, also Daimola model from exported SFMU, or just integrate through the interface to the Daimola, and many other tools. And we link automatically with the equation wizard to the properties of the system, this analytical model coming from external analysis tool, and we get a distance, how far the missile will fly, and we see that actually requirement is satisfied or not. And then we can actually change the architecture, and we can modify this reference architecture to alternative reference architecture, and see, for example, with this alternative, maybe the requirement will be satisfied, as you can see. Then we can run behavior part. As you can see here, we are running our missile through the mission steps, through the state machine, and we also capturing this in auto-generated sequence diagram on the right. And this allows us to document later, to use this scenario for testing or just for demonstration purposes. As you can see here, we did that. We actually captured the whole execution sequence diagram. Now we'll go and execute this sequence diagram to see the same scenario, but one of those scenarios which we captured now, and we are automatically running it as a test case or as the demonstration. You see here now it is running, and system is following the same steps which were recorded. So that was a short demonstration of simulation and co-simulation. So here we follow the third step. Fourth step would be like integration with external tools, and we demonstrated that you can just drag and drop, and call external tool API, for example, through FMI, or just directly to the Daimola or MATLAB Simulink. And that was demonstrated. There is actually many methods to external tools integration. For example, command line, file as an intermediator, then it's configurable network interface where you can connect pretty much any tool which supports FMU for cost simulation and, almost real-time data interchange and so on. And Cameo can run multiple models connected together at the same time with the system model. Then as the fifth step, we'll talk about the highest maturity level when we talk about workflow automation for the simulation. So again, we are using the data from system model, and we're providing the data to multiple other analysis and the design tools. This case, we are using Process Composer on 3D Experience platform, which is like workflow automation and optimization tool. It allows you to generate those workflows where you read the data, transform the model, and output the data. And we can drag and drop the simulation experiences from the process composer and to the Cameo and provide the inputs and get result. Also, Cameo could be used as a connector for process composer for the same purpose, and then we can get multiple other models, which connectors are supported for this automatization tool, like hundreds of connectors. For example, here we see that if we have from 3D Experience platform the missile model, which you can see here, it has the parts and airframe, which we are reading for the SysML model, and maybe we can actually read directly from specific part here and get input based on our selection of the system architecture here directly from the 3D design of the model. And that's just one example, when we get design models in the loop of the system model simulation. Then the last step in the system modeling, we will talk about the traceability, and this traceability actually ties system model to the design models, as a hand-on, to the next step, and we want to establish this traceability in order to have change impact. And this traceability can be done, in 3D Experience, for example, platform, when we export Cameo model and you consume it for the review, as you can see here in 3D Experience platform, but also we can establish traceability with change impact, and all of that, as you can see here in the model is live. Actually, we can tie this model to Cameo model, and this Cameo model, as you can see here, is exported, and then we take the same again the missile sample, and we are analyzing this based on this traceability, what will be the design in 3D CAD and how this will be implemented based on the requirements and the system model output from the SysML and Cameo. So we get just view that and see full picture in single place. So as a conclusion, we demonstrated and answered the questions how to do system engineering with SysML. So that would be the magic grid as a method, not only language, because the language SysML does not say how you will do it, how you will structure the project. Magic grid actually talks about the framework and method, how to do system engineering. Then how to synchronize requirements with repositories, whatever repository you will choose, how to perform model simulation and analysis. SysML is executable actually. How to perform cost simulation with external tools. We have a lot of interfaces and methods for the cost simulation, and how to perform workflow automation optimization would be a process composer, for example, out of the box solution for that, and how to trace from system model to the design. Again, we can use traceability dedicated tools which links design, analysis, and other tools for the traceability purposes when we are actually delivering the model for overview by designers, and linking to see the change impact later on. And for the future, we still leave some questions, how to do cross-model configuration and management, which we haven't put anything here, and how to do the baselining, variance management, product line engineering. With all of that is core parts of model-based system engineering, and we need to demonstrate that separately. How to perform, for example, collaboration between client and supplier in model-based way, which is actually also comes as an important part when we deal with our partners, and how to connect models through parameters for smart traceability and cost simulation when we want to have like a real-time cost simulation, almost real-time cost simulation between the different tools, which actually we touched a little bit for the cost simulation, but this becomes like kind of holy grail of the integration of different models. So there's a lot of standards and ways to integrate. So thank you. And today we were talking about following tools. Cameo Systems Modeler as a core SysML modeling tool. There is a more rich environment. It's called Cameo Enterprise Architecture, which has also Enterprise Architecture Framework plus SysML. Department of Defense architecture framework. Then there is actually core part of all of that is Magic Draw, which based on the UML language, which is actually based on which is SysML and UAF. Simulation is performed by Cameo Simulation Toolkit, which is part of the enterprise version of Cameo Systems Model, but not part of the architect version of Cameo System Model, but can be purchased separately. And there is server side for the repository for the models, top quality repository for model-based storing and high performance delta-based commits and lazy loading and other things, history and so on. Thank you.